Okay, let me explain this real quick. I reviewed this game over 3 years ago, but I added some copyright material stuff to it and eventually it was taken down. But I was going to re-upload it but without any copyright material, but when I watched it I thought, holy crap, my old videos really suck. So I figured it's best just to re-review it. So here it is, WWF Royal Rumble for the Dreamcast. This game was released in the year of 2000. It was developed by Ukes, but not just by Ukes, it was also developed by Sega. Yeah, Sega. You see, Sega developed this game for the arcade machine, while Ukes developed this game for the Dreamcast. It was published by THQ, but it was not published by THQ in Japan. In Japan, this game was published by Ukes. Go figure, I guess. WWF Smackdown for the PlayStation 1 was also released the same year, and not surprisingly, Royal Rumble uses Smackdown's game engine. According to my last review, I liked this game back then, but do I still like it? Let's take a look. Well, here's the main menu. You've got the arcade mode and the versus mode. The versus mode is just two-player mode. You got rankings too. In the rankings here you can see what wrestlers you choose the most. In arcade mode you have, well, just two modes to select. Exhibition and Royal Rumble. That's it. Now you have to remember, this is an arcade port. It wouldn't really make sense for an arcade machine to have a season mode. Still, it would be nice to have other kinds of matches, at least. I mean, it's a port, right? We're playing in a home console now. It should at least have some kind of variety of matches. I'll be blunt, having two matches on a console like the Dreamcast is pretty crap, even if it is an arcade port. Not only that, but you actually have a time limit. Yeah, a time limit on the mode select screen, and another time limit on the character selection screen. Why? I understand the need to have time limits on an arcade machine, since you have idiots out there who would waste everyone's time and troll everybody by taking forever to select something. I get that. I still don't get having this in the console version. Still, you know, there are only 2 matches and only 19 wrestlers to choose from. Yep, only 19 wrestlers to choose from. So I guess the time limit thing isn't really a big deal anyway. Let's take a look at the gameplay. The entrances aren't so much entrances as they are poses, but this works fine. The controls actually remind me of the later Smackdown games. You push the D-pad with circle to perform a grapple, and the D-pad with circle again to actually perform a move. In the Smackdown game you just push D-pad and circle and that's all you have to do to perform a move. In fact, Smackdown has a considerably faster pace than the Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble has a slower, I guess, more realistic pace, which suits the controls better. WWF Smackdown never had these kinds of controls until Here Comes the Pain. You got a health bar. Smackdown does not have a health bar. So while these games are very similar in many aspects, they still are two different games. You can go backstage, but the only way to go backstage is to be transported there. By the Undertaker. I'm not kidding. This is how you go backstage. As far as I could tell, this happens at complete random. Backstage has a kitchen. Yes, so does Smackdown, but Smackdown doesn't have a fish conveyor. Yeah, that's surprisingly amusing. You can actually whistle for your partner to help you out. To do a tag team move. And I found this, really mildly amusing. The point of exhibition is to win 10 matches. Yep, another one of those. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the one-on-one exhibition match. Now let's check out the actual Royal Rumble, and this is what the game is all about. Royal Rumble starts off with 4 wrestlers in the ring, as opposed to the traditional 2 wrestlers in the ring. And one of the first things that I noticed is that there are 30 wrestlers in this match. With a whopping 19 wrestlers to choose from, well, the odds of winning the Royal Rumble increase dramatically since you will be seeing a lot of the same superstars even though they have already been eliminated. Yep. Another surprising thing is that all the wrestlers come piling into the ring pretty damn quickly. Hell, there's no point having a countdown from 10 because it happens too fast. I mean, look at this. They just keep coming one after another. Let's time this. Wow. The buzzer sound effect actually disappears after a short while, and thankfully it does, because they can very well get irritating very quickly. I mean, look at all the wrestlers. You can have a hefty 9 wrestlers in the ring at the same time. I don't think I've seen that before, at least not for a console of this age. That's freaking awesome. There is no lag with the Dreamcast as well. The Dreamcast handles all these wrestlers in the ring at the same time perfectly. I see why this wasn't released for the PlayStation. The PlayStation will not handle this many wrestlers very well. And no, I am not dissing the PlayStation. The wrestlers actually hold onto the ropes when you try to eliminate them. They don't do this on Smackdown. And Yeah, it's actually a pretty decent Royal Rumble. If you're okay with only having 19 wrestlers with 30 spots, this is a decent and unique Royal Rumble. So overall, do I like WWF Royal Rumble for the Dreamcast? Well, yes I do. You know, it's kind of a mixed bag though. It focuses almost entirely on the Rumble. Not to say one-on-one is bad, it's not. It's actually rather decent one-on-one mode. It actually works very well on the arcade machines. You have some change, you play a one-on-one or Rumble match. But when you make a port for the Dreamcast, it's a little bit more complicated. While it's awesome to play this game at the convenience of your own home, you may be a little bit disappointed at its simplicity and the lack of wrestlers in the ring. Especially if you didn't know that this was actually an arcade port. Whether you are willing to pay full price for a game that is very limited, that has a souped up Royal Rumble, it all comes down to personal preference. This game is actually fun and it does have a certain charm to it, but it may get old pretty quick. I honestly don't know what to say in terms of recommending this game. I find it fun, yet it's full of problems that gave this game mixed reviews back during the year 2000. This game was not made to be taken as seriously as a Smackdown game. It was originally just made for people who like to hang out at arcades. While playing this game for the Dreamcast, I couldn't help but have this feeling that this game was kind of an afterthought to Smackdown. Anyway, that's been a re-review. Thanks for watching. I'll have a new review out within a week. Booyah.